early morning, ready to wake up our breath and our mind and get ready for whatever this beautiful day has in store for us. So we're in a comfortable seated position. I'm sitting on a blanket to get started this morning, sitting up nice and tall. If there's any little fidgets to get out in order to feel a little more comfortable, you can do that. And then as we find that comfortable seated position, we feel ourselves sitting tall, our hands are on our laps, and we're taking a deep breath in and out through the nose. For this morning's practice, we will take our 3 rounds of Kapalabati. The first round will be 50 breaths. The second will be 50 breaths. And the third will also be 50 breaths. So we're going to take this, kind of breaking it down a little bit more and having the same even number for each round. Remembering that we're focusing on the exhale, we're focusing on drawing that belly button towards the spine to press the air out of our lungs. We will spontaneously take that inhale, so we never have to think about it. And at the end of that 50th breath, that last exhale, we really try to push all the air out of our lungs. See if we can pause for just a moment as we engage our perineal muscle, and then we fill those lungs, closing our throat, holding that breath in, binding that breath into our body for a few moments, and then we gently release before taking the next round. We'll take a couple more deep breaths before we get started. Nice big breath. And then we'll take a half breath in to begin pumping that air out of our body. Engaging and breathing in. Locking the throat, holding the breath. Gently unlocking the throat, releasing that breath, releasing all holds. Full breath. Half breath in to begin round 2, 50 exhales. Exhale completely. Engage and breathe in. Holding the breath. Releasing. Full breath before we begin that final round. Half breath to begin. Engage and then breathe in, holding at the top. Gentle release. Breathing naturally for a few breaths. Noticing what that breath does to the body. What is the effect? Noticing which leg position you are in, whichever leg is in front, we're going to take a deep breath. Fold towards that foot, walking your hands out. Feeling that release along that outer front hip and into that low back. Walk the hands back up, sitting up nice and tall, roll the shoulders back. We'll switch the position of our legs. Again, that other foot now is in front. We take that deep breath in, and we fold towards that foot. Walking the hands forward. Noticing where you feel that release. Maybe just the outer hip, maybe just that lower back on that side, or maybe all of it. Breathing. One more breath. And then we're going to walk those hands back up, sitting up tall, rolling those shoulders back. From here, we're going to come onto our back. Take a little sip of your tea or coffee first. As you come onto your back, ground those shoulders, ground those hips. We'll bring the knees into the chest, hands tucking behind them. Letting your back press flat on the earth for just a couple moments. And then we'll rock side to side a couple times. Feeling that low back, getting a little massage. We start to circle the knees in one direction. And then circle them in the other. Straighten the legs, give the toes a point, and then bend. Flex your feet, and then we'll straighten. Bend the knees again, point the toes. Straighten those legs, drawing them a little bit closer to the chest. No real force, just guidance. Bend those knees and we flex the feet. And then let's extend just the right leg, drawing that knee a little bit closer to the chest. And then we're going to switch, bending that right, extending the left, hands behind. Bending that knee, feet come flat. We're going to do just a couple impressions of our low back. So as we inhale, the back is off the earth. As we exhale, we're going to ground that low back, grounding the heels, the big toes and the pinkies, and we squeeze our glutes just a little bit, feeling the length from the hips to the ribs. Release on the inhale. Exhale, press that low back down, drawing the belly button towards your spine, engaging those hips and those glutes. And then we relax. One more breath in. Exhale, press that low back down. From here, we'll relax those hips, bring the knees back into the chest, rock side to side. And then we'll let the knees drop to the right. The knees are stacked, right hand is maybe on top of them. The left arm falls away, and we're going to breathe gently here for maybe a minute or two. Let your body open into the twist. Smooth breath. One more here. Noticing how the body released. We'll slowly start to unwind, rock side to side a couple times, and then we'll let the knees drop to the left. Knees are stacked, right arm reaches away, left arm on those knees. A few smooth, calm breaths, letting the body release into the twist on this side. One more breath here. We start to unwind, rocking side to side a couple times. Hands come to the knees, and then we circle the knees in one direction, and then circle in the other. Placing the feet down, arms to your sides. We take a breath in. As we exhale, we start to roll up, lifting the hips for bridge pose. We pause at the top, taking a breath in, and then we roll down the back. Breath in at the bottom. Exhale, rolling up, squeezing those glutes, grounding those heels, engaging those thighs. Pause at the top for an inhale. Exhale, rolling back down. Breath in at the bottom. Exhale, roll up. Pause at the top, one more breath. Roll down. Knees to the chest, give them a hug. Rocking side to side a couple times. Hands will then come behind the knees. Give the feet just a little shake. And then we're going to rock ourselves up to a seated position. From here, wrap your arms around those legs. We'll round the back. Deep breath. Two more. One more. Making your way onto the hands and the knees. We'll begin to make our way through some rounds of cat and cow. Wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. We'll take a few rounds of that cat and cow. As you inhale, the belly drops, you look ahead. As we exhale, we round that back, drawing the navel toward the spine, strong torso, strong core. And we'll take a few rounds just like that. Three more rounds. Child's pose. While we're here, elbows are down. Move the hands. Fingers open and close. Maybe circling the wrists a couple times in each direction. We'll then ground the hands. One more breath. Coming back onto the hands and the knees. We're going to inhale, press forward slightly so we feel those wrists getting a little bit more tension. As we exhale, we'll press those hips back towards the heels, feeling the knees compressed, but we're not going to round our back. Back to the hands. We press forward. And then we'll shift back. Pressing forward on those wrists, they open. And then shifting back. We're then going to make a little circle. So as we inhale, we're going to lift those hips, start to circle towards the right. As we circle around, we feel a whole rotation around the wrist. We're going to go in that same circle a couple times. One more time in this direction, really feeling those wrists open. And then we'll pause and we'll switch that circle. Feeling that Little gentle opening around the hip flexors as well. One more circle in this direction. Beautiful. Sitting back on the heels, we're going to walk the fingers towards us. Backs of the hands come down, and we gently put pressure there. You won't lift up off your heels because we don't want to put that much pressure on the back of the wrist like this. One more breath. We feel those knees compress, the ankles open. We start to sit up towards the heels, circling the wrists in one direction here, and then reversing that circle. Opening and closing the hands a couple times. We'll then move into downward facing dog. Toes are tucked. As we lift those hips, we'll stay on the toes, keeping the heels lifted. Really feeling that length from your fingertips to your heels, fingertips to your hips. We'll start to pedal out those legs, alternately bending the knees. Feeling that length along the back of the thigh. We'll gain a little more heat in our body. Inhale, coming into plank pose, top of that push-up. Exhale, lift those hips back for down dog. Inhale, coming to plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Big breath. Start to walk your feet forward, hanging over those legs, big toes pointing ahead. Knees are soft but engaged. Couple breaths hanging here. Shaking the head, yes and no. Let your hands fall to the earth. One more breath. Slowly, we bend the knees more and we start to roll up. When you get to that halfway point, we're going to pause and then roll up the rest of the way. As we stand tall, roll those shoulders back. Big toes pointed ahead, heels are grounded. Bring those arms overhead, getting longer. Breath in. Diving down over those legs. Inhale, we lift halfway. And then we fold. Reverse that dive to come back up. Strong hips, flat back, arms are wings. Open to your sides. Tadasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Diving down. Halfway up, lengthening. And then folding. Again, we reverse our swan dive here. Arms are like wings, we get taller. Tadasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Diving down. Halfway up with that heart, lengthening. Folding. Next breath in, we're going to step that right foot back as far as you can. And then drop that knee. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lift, squeezing that back glute, really reaching into that heel. Lower the knee, take a breath in. Exhale, we're going to shift the hips back, flexing that front foot. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, lift the back knee. Inhale, we lower that knee. Exhale, shift back, pointing the foot. Inhale, we bend, coming forward. Exhale, lift behind. Inhale, we lower. Shift back to flex. Bend that knee. Excuse me. Lift behind. Take a deep breath in here, really opening those hips. And then we'll step back to down dog. Pedal out your legs here. Inhale, come into plank pose, top of that push-up. Exhale, hips back. Inhaling to plank. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Hold. Deep breath in. We're going to drop the knees, the chest, and the chin. Lifting the heart for cobra. Holding. Feeling the back engaging, low back lengthening. Inhale. Release. Child's pose. Big breath here. Flutter your lips. Down dog. Breathe here, pedaling out your legs. We'll stay in down dog for just a couple more breaths. On your next inhale, we're going to take that right foot, step to the outside of the right hand. Lizard. Hands are on the inside of that foot, under the shoulders. Take a breath in and out. One more inhale. Exhale, drop that back knee, pick up the toe. We inhale, tuck and lift, and lower. Next breath, we're going to shift those hips back, flexing that front foot, releasing the back of that thigh. Next inhale, we come forward, bending that knee. Exhale, lift the back heel. Inhale, tuck that toe. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, we're shifting those hips back, flexing that front foot. Inhaling, bending that knee. Exhale, lifting the back heel. Whew. Inhale, toes down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, shift back, flex. Inhale, we're going to come back to that lizard, bend that knee. Exhale, lift behind. Inhale, twist towards that leg. Hand to the earth. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale, hand to the earth. One more breath in. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Earth. Step back to down dog. Ooh, yeah. We'll start to walk the feet forward. Maybe doing a little alternate bending as we do that. And as we get towards the front of the mat, we fold. Inhale, lift that heart halfway. Exhale, release. Next breath, we're going to roll ourselves up halfway. Pause. And then roll up the rest of the way. Shoulders roll back. Tadasana. Inhale, bring those arms overhead. Dive down, getting longer. Halfway up. Fold. Reverse your dive here. Strong hips, back is flat. Arms are wings to carry you. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Diving down. Halfway. Fold. On our next breath, we're going to step that left foot back. Feeling those hips engaging. Inhale, drop that knee. Exhale, we're going to shift the hips back, flexing that front foot. Inhale, bend that knee. Exhale, lift behind, really reaching into that heel. Inhale, lowering. Exhale, shift back, flex. Inhale, bend. And then lift behind. Hips are strengthening as they open. Inhale, lower. Exhale, shift back, flex. Inhale, bend. And then lift behind. Take a breath in. Step back to down dog. Inhale into plank pose, top of that push-up. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Hold. Big breath. One more in. Dropping the knees, the chest, and the chin. Lifting your heart for cobra. Hold here. Legs are engaged, feet are pressing down. One more breath in. Release. Child's pose. Breathe. Downward facing dog. Pedaling out your legs here. Beautiful. On your next breath, we're going to step that left foot to the outside of the left hand for lizard. Inhaling here. We exhale, drop that back knee. Take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to shift those hips back, flexing that foot. Inhale, bend that knee. Exhale, lift the back heel. Inhale, toes down. Exhale, lift that knee. Inhale, lower. Exhale, shift back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, lifting the heel. Toes, back knee. Inhale, lower. Exhale, shift. Inhale, we'll bend. And then we'll lift that back knee. Take a breath in. Twist towards the left. Breath in. Earth. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Breath in. Earth. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Breath in. Earth. Step back to down dog. We'll pedal out the legs here. Child's pose. Breathe. Let it out your mouth. We'll start to walk those hands back towards our heels, sitting on the feet, shoulders rolling back. Inhale, bring the arms overhead. If you need to at any point come onto the knees, please do. We're going to bend the right elbow behind the head, grabbing that elbow with the left hand. Breathe. Arms come up, release, and we'll switch sides, dropping that left, right hand, left elbow. Breathe. Release, and we'll open those arms to our sides. Right hand to the left shoulder, left hand to the elbow, drawing that arm across. And then we'll switch here, opening those arms, left hand to right shoulder, right hand to that elbow. Breathe. Open those arms, circle the wrists in one direction, and then the other. Ooh, feeling all sorts of stretches in that today. Bringing those hands to your sides, we'll roll the shoulders back. From here, we're going to take that right hand behind the back. If you can grab the opposite elbow, cool. If not, the hand just rests at the low back. You can even hook it into your pants if that helps you to get a better position on that right shoulder. From here, my left hand is coming to my lap. I'm dropping left ear, left shoulder. If you haven't started to feel that awakening in the tops of the feet, you should start to feel that soon. Turn your chin towards the left shoulder. One more breath. Chin to the chest. Release those arms behind you, shaking out the hands, maybe moving the shoulders. And then we'll take that other side. Left hand comes behind towards that right elbow if you can. If you need to, tuck your toes at this point, just to change the position of the feet slightly. And then right ear, right shoulder. Breathing, allowing the body to open here. No force as we work with our neck. Chin comes towards that right shoulder. Few more breaths. Chin to chest. Release that arm. Roll those shoulders. We'll gently lift the head and then come on to the back of the body. As we come onto the back, those feet will still feel a little bit of tension from our hero pose. So as we roll onto the back, we'll wiggle those toes, maybe shake the feet, circling the ankles in one direction, and then circling in the other. Releasing those feet, hugging the knees to the chest. Close your eyes, take a big breath, let it out your mouth. Rock side to side a couple times. We'll drop the knees to the right. Deep breath here. One more. We'll unwind on the next breath, rocking side to side just a couple times, and then we drop those knees to the left. Deep breath. One more. On the next breath, we start to unwind. Maybe you rock side to side a couple times if that feels nice. You can circle the knees if that feels nice. And then we'll make our way to Shavasana. Straightening out the legs, letting the toes turn away from the center of the body. If you have any remaining tension in the low back, or if it's just not comfortable for you like that, feet can come flat and wide with the knees together in the center. Hands can be at your sides, on the hips, or overhead, as long as the shoulders are relaxed. If you have a blanket nearby and you can cover the hips, I always recommend that to keep a little bit more heat inside the body, especially if you're in a cold or a chilly room. Feeling the entire body relaxing. Every inhale brings clarity. Every exhale brings peace. Inhaling clarity. Exhaling peace. Inhaling clarity. Exhaling peace. One more deep breath here. Let it out the mouth. Starting to make your way to either side of the body. Resting for just a moment. And then guide ourselves to that seated position. Comfortable. Posture is tall. Hands rest on the lap. And then come to the heart. We take one more breath together. Sending peace up and out into this world. So may all experience just a moment. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti 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 Om. Namaste.
Namaste.